I was standing in my kitchen making coffee when I heard the doorbell ring. It was 7:30 in the morning, on a Saturday. I opened the door and there they were, my sister-in-law's two kids, ages 5 and 7, standing on my porch with backpacks and confused looks on their faces. No car in the driveway, no parent in sight, just two kids, and a text message that came through as I stood there staring. Emergency at work. Can you watch them today? Thanks. Not a question. A statement. Thanks. Like I'd already agreed. My name is Aaron. I'm 39 years old. I've been married to my wife Jessica for 12 years. Her younger sister is named Vanessa. She's 34, single mom, 2 kids. Works in real estate, or at least that's what she tells everyone. I don't have anything against Vanessa. Or I didn't. Not at first. When Jessica and I got married, Vanessa was still in college. Young. Figuring things out. We helped her when we could. Let her stay with us for a few months between apartments. Loaned her money she never paid back, family stuff. Then she had kids, 2 different fathers. Neither one stuck around. Again, I'm not judging. Life happens. Raising kids alone is hard, I get that. But what I don't get is what started happening about 2 years ago. The first time Vanessa dropped her kids off unannounced, it was supposed to be an emergency. She called Jessica, frantic. Said she had a showing that got moved up last minute. Her babysitter canceled. She was desperate. Could we please watch the kids for just a couple hours? Jessica said yes. Of course she said yes. It's her sister. Vanessa showed up 20 minutes later, didn't come inside, just opened the car door, let the kids out, waved, and drove off. She came back 6 hours later, not 2 hours, 6. No apology, no explanation. Just, thanks so much, you guys are lifesavers, and she loaded the kids back in the car. Jessica was annoyed, but brushed it off. She's overwhelmed. Cut her some slack. I didn't say anything. The second time, it was a week later. Another emergency. Another last-minute text. This time she didn't even call first. Just texted Jessica while she was already on her way. Dropping the kids off in 10, you're home, right? Jessica was home. I wasn't. I was at work. When I got home that evening, the kids were still there. Vanessa hadn't picked them up yet. Jessica was stressed. She'd been trying to get work done from home. The kids were loud, hungry, fighting with each other. Vanessa finally showed up at 8 p.m. Traffic was insane, she said. Then she left. It kept happening. Once a week, then twice a week, then sometimes 3 times. Always last minute, always with some excuse. Work emergency, showing ran late, car trouble, forgot about an appointment, never, is this okay? Or, can you help me out? Just, I'm dropping them off. And Jessica kept saying yes. I started bringing it up to her, gently at first. Babe, this is getting to be a lot. Maybe we should talk to Vanessa, set some boundaries. Jessica would get defensive. She's struggling, Aaron. She doesn't have anyone else. She has other friends, other family. They're not as reliable as us. Maybe that's because we keep saying yes. She'd get quiet. Change the subject. I'd let it go. Because I didn't want to fight about her sister. I didn't want to be the bad guy. But it kept getting worse. Vanessa started dropping the kids off earlier, picking them up later. She stopped texting ahead. She'd just show up, ring the doorbell, hand over the kids, leave. One time, Jessica wasn't even home. I was the only one there. Vanessa didn't care. She saw my car in the driveway and just assumed. I opened the door, and she was already walking back to her car. Wait, I called after her. Jessica's not here. I have plans today. She turned around, smiled. It's fine. You're great with them. I'll be back in a few hours. She drove off before I could argue. I had to cancel my plans. Spent the afternoon watching cartoons and making mac and cheese. Vanessa picked them up at 9 p.m. that night. Before I continue, I need you to do something for me. Take a second to like the video, subscribe, and tell me in the comments where you're watching from. It lets me know these stories are reaching people who need them. Now, back to my story. Jessica and I started arguing about it more. I told her this wasn't fair, that we had our own lives, our own responsibilities. She said I was being selfish. That family helps family. I help family, I said. But this isn't helping. This is being taken advantage of. She's my sister. And I'm your husband. She looked at me like I'd said something cruel. It wasn't just the inconvenience, it was the principle. Vanessa never asked, never showed gratitude, never respected our time. She treated our house like a free daycare. And Jessica let her. Then one Saturday, the doorbell rang at 7:30 in the morning. The morning I mentioned at the start. I opened the door. The kids were there. Vanessa's car was gone. I checked my phone. The text had come through 3 minutes earlier. Emergency at work. Can you watch them today? Thanks. I stood there, staring at two kids who looked just as confused as I felt. Where's your mom? I asked. The older one, Lily, shrugged. She said you'd watch us. Did she say when she'd be back? Nope. I let them inside, fed them breakfast, turned on the TV. Then I called Jessica. She was out running errands. Did you know Vanessa was dropping the kids off this morning? What? No. She just left them here. Didn't ask, didn't call, just left. Jessica sighed. I'll talk to her. When? Later. I'm in the middle of something. Jessica. Aaron, just watch them for now. We'll deal with it later. She hung up. I texted Vanessa. How long are the kids staying? No response. I texted again an hour later. Vanessa, I need to know when you're picking them up. I have things to do today. Still nothing. By noon, I was frustrated. By 3 p.m., I was angry. The kids were fine. Sweet kids, actually. It wasn't their fault. But I hadn't signed up for this. I hadn't agreed to spend my entire Saturday babysitting. Jessica came home around 4. Has she texted you back? I asked. No. This is ridiculous. I know, I'll call her. Jessica called. It went to voicemail. She called again. Voicemail. By 6 p.m., we still hadn't heard anything. I was done. I'm not doing this anymore, I said. This stops now. What do you want me to do, Aaron? She's not answering. Then we take the kids to her place. Drop them off. Let her deal with it. We don't even know if she's home. Then we find out. Jessica hesitated, but she agreed. We loaded the kids in the car and drove to Vanessa's apartment. It was 20 minutes away, a small complex on the edge of town. Her car was in the parking lot. I felt my jaw tighten. We went upstairs, knocked on her door. No answer. I knocked again, louder. Finally, the door opened. Vanessa stood there in sweatpants and a t-shirt, hair tied back, glass of wine in her hand. She looked relaxed. Oh, hey, she said, like she was surprised to see us. What's up? I stared at her. What's up? Yeah. You dropped your kids off at our house 10 hours ago, without asking, without telling us when you'd be back. And now you're standing here with a glass of wine asking what's up. She blinked. I texted you. You didn't ask. You informed. There's a difference. I had a work emergency. Really? I looked past her into the apartment. The TV was on. There were snacks on the coffee table, a book sitting open on the couch. What kind of work emergency lasts 10 hours and ends with you drinking wine on your couch? She shifted uncomfortably. It got resolved faster than I thought. And you didn't think to tell us? To come pick up your kids? I figured you guys were fine. That's not the point. Jessica put a hand on my arm. Aaron. I ignored her. This has been going on for 2 years, Vanessa. You drop your kids off whenever you want. You don't ask. You don't respect our time. And you sure as hell don't seem grateful. Vanessa's expression hardened. I'm a single mom, Aaron. I don't have help. I'm doing my best. Your best would include asking before assuming we're available. Your family helps. Family respects boundaries. She scoffed. You don't even have kids. You have no idea how hard this is. And there it was. The thing she'd probably been thinking all along. You don't have kids, so your time doesn't matter. Jessica stepped between us. Okay, let's just calm down. We'll talk about this later. No, I said. We'll talk about it now. I looked at Vanessa. This stops. Today. If you need us to watch your kids, you ask, ahead of time. And we get to say no. Understand? She rolled her eyes. Whatever. I'm serious. I heard you. Jessica ushered the kids inside. We left without another word. On the drive home, Jessica was quiet. You didn't have to be so harsh, she finally said. Harsh? She's been using us for 2 years. She's struggling. So are we. But we don't dump our problems on other people without asking. Jessica didn't respond. For a few weeks, things were quiet. Vanessa didn't drop the kids off, didn't call, didn't text. Jessica said she was probably just upset, that she needed space. I said that was fine with me. Then one evening, Jessica got a call. It was late, almost 10 p.m. She answered, listened, then her face went pale. Okay, we'll be right there. She hung up and looked at me. That was the police. My stomach dropped. What happened? Vanessa was pulled over. DUI. They arrested her. Where are the kids? In the car. They're okay, but we need to go get them. We drove to the police station in silence. When we got there, a social worker was waiting with Lily and her younger brother, Max. They looked scared, tired. Jessica hugged them, told them everything was going to be okay. The social worker pulled us aside. Are you family? I'm their aunt, Jessica said. Good. We need someone to take them tonight. Their mother is being processed. She'll likely be held until her arraignment tomorrow. Jessica nodded. We'll take them. The social worker handed her some paperwork. We'll need to follow up in the next few days. Make sure there's a plan in place. We took the kids home, put them to bed in the guest room. Then Jessica and I sat in the living room, staring at each other. What now? She asked. I don't know. Vanessa called the next afternoon. She'd been released, had to post bail, hire a lawyer. She sounded small, scared. Can I come get the kids? She asked. Jessica looked at me. I shook my head. Vanessa, Jessica said carefully, maybe they should stay with us for a few days, until things settle down. I'm their mother. I know. But you're dealing with a lot right now. Let us help. There was a long pause. Fine, Vanessa said. A few days. A few days turned into a week, then 2 weeks. Vanessa was dealing with court dates, lawyer fees, mandatory classes. She'd call every few days to talk to the kids, tell them she loved them, that she'd have them back soon, but she didn't push to take them. And honestly, I think she knew she couldn't. Jessica and I fell into a routine. We got the kids to school, made them dinner, helped with homework. It was exhausting. Our lives completely changed overnight, but we managed. And somewhere in the middle of it, I realized something. This wasn't temporary. One evening, after the kids were asleep, Jessica and I sat down to talk. We need to make a decision, I said. About what? About this. About them. About how long we're willing to do this. Jessica looked down at her hands. What if it's permanent? Is that what you want? I don't know. Maybe. They need stability, Aaron. And Vanessa. I don't know if she can give them that right now. So we do it? Would that be so bad? I thought about it. Really thought about it. 2 kids, not ours, but in our home, in our care. No, I said finally. It wouldn't be bad, but it's a lot. I know. And Vanessa needs to be part of the conversation. This can't just happen. There have to be agreements, boundaries, legal stuff, probably. Jessica nodded. I'll talk to her. The conversation with Vanessa didn't go well at first. She was defensive, angry, accused us of trying to take her kids, but eventually she broke down. I can't do this, she said, crying. I'm trying so hard, but I keep messing up, and I don't want them to suffer because of me. Jessica held her. Let her cry. We're not trying to take them, Jessica said gently. We're trying to help, but we need a real plan, something stable, for them. Vanessa nodded. Okay. Over the next few months, we worked it out. Vanessa agreed to let the kids stay with us during the week. She'd have them on weekends, as long as she stayed sober and kept up with her treatment program. We set up a legal guardianship arrangement. Temporary, but official. It wasn't perfect, but it worked. And here's the thing nobody knew. Not Vanessa. Not even Jessica. Not at first. I'd been saving money for years. Jessica and I had talked about having kids. We'd tried for a while. It didn't happen. Eventually, we accepted that maybe it just wasn't in the cards for us. But I'd kept saving, just in case. By the time Vanessa's situation fell apart, I had almost $80,000 set aside. Money for fertility treatments, adoption, a future we weren't sure we'd have. When the kids moved in, I didn't touch it. But when it became clear this was long-term, I made a decision. I opened college savings accounts for both of them, split the money evenly, $40,000 each. I didn't tell anyone. Not yet. I wanted to wait, to see if this arrangement would last, to see if Vanessa would step up or fall back into old patterns. Later that night, Vanessa pulled me aside. Thank you, she said quietly, for everything, for not giving up on them, on me. You're doing the work, I said. That's what matters. Still, I know I didn't make it easy. No, you didn't, she laughed, wiping her eyes. I'm sorry for how I treated you, for taking advantage. I was selfish. Yeah, you were. I'll do better. I know. Jessica and I are still raising the kids. Vanessa sees them regularly. She's part of their lives, but we're their home base. It's not the life I expected, not the family I imagined, but it's ours. People ask me sometimes if I resent Vanessa for how things started. Honestly, I did, for a long time. But resentment doesn't help anyone, and holding on to it would have only hurt the kids. So I let it go, not because she deserved forgiveness, but because they deserved peace. There's a difference between being used and choosing to help. For 2 years, I was being used. But now, I'm choosing. Every day. And that makes all the difference. Vanessa still thanks me sometimes, for stepping up, for not walking away. I tell her the same thing every time. I didn't do it for you. I did it for them. And I mean it. The kids call me Uncle Aaron, not Dad. And that's okay. They have a mom. She's flawed. She's made mistakes. But she's trying. And I'm just here, steady, reliable, the person who shows up. If this story meant something to you, like the video, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. Some lessons don't need shouting. They just need to be understood.